Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Typhoon Club, a Japanese movie from 1985 that was directed by Shinji Somai. It's always a pleasure to review a film by this director. He was very talented, but has been mostly ignored in the West in terms of exposure. I mean, historically, it's been quite difficult to find his films, but fortunately we have had a few releases in recent years. I reviewed Sailor Suit and Machine Gun on this channel a while back, but I've never really considered that to be one of my personal favorites from Somai. But I'm really hoping that Moving from 1993 and or The Catch from 1983 will be released at some point in the future, so we'll have to cross our fingers. I consider those to be more like upper echelon Somai films. But with that said, we're here to talk about Typhoon Club, which I think is a better film than Sailor Suit and Machine Gun, and a more appropriate introduction to this director. Now, the following plot synopsis was paraphrased from the Third Window Films website, offering a caustic immersion into the lives of disaffected junior high students on the cusp of adulthood. Typhoon Club features a lively cast of young talent facing existential intrigues, budding sexuality, and rising social tensions in the days leading up to the typhoon's arrival. And then they're stranded in their schoolhouse as the storm settles in, and the group undergoes an awakening as they dispel all their insecurities, fear, and desires. So the film opens, actually, with a pool party that's taking place at night on school grounds. There's a handful of kids there. It's a very energetic and amusing way to open the film, with an unexpected twist that's kind of crazy. You know, if kids did this in real life, what they do in this opening scene, they would definitely get into some trouble because one of them almost drowns in the pool. It does have a sense of realism to it because, I mean, most of us have done some stupid things when we were kids, so the film gains some street cred for depicting these kinds of shenanigans. In fact, some serious moments do happen in this film, for sure. And in a few cases, you know, the characters react in kind of a low-key manner to them, but in other cases, they become, you know, angry or scared, and understandably so. And because of this, Typhoon Club has a slightly dark tone at times. You know, a little bit of an edge to this. But don't let that scare you away from it. You know, for example, there's one scene of pretty unnerving suspense that occurs when the typhoon begins over the school. But the film overall is balanced quite well, with, you know, quite a bit of drama and even a splash of humor. Now, the typhoon itself does not hit until, I'd say, like the midpoint of the film, maybe a little bit before that, when there are fewer students at the school. Because, you know, you get a normal school day early on, you know, it's full, all the classes are full, and, you know, we get to know some of the main characters. But when the storm hits, they're doing, like, extracurricular activities, so there's only, like, a certain portion of kids left at the building. And that's where when our main characters kind of stay there and have to endure the storm. And there's a lot of scenes involving the kids hanging out with each other at school, a little bit outside of school. You know, they goof around, they cut loose, they have some fun at times. But there are legitimate conflicts and dramatic situations that do arise. And they even have a few little interesting philosophical discussions, too. One involved, like, chickens and eggs and stuff like that. I thought it was kind of an interesting conversation. Now, there is a little bit of sexual discovery in the film, which you almost kind of have in a coming-of-age type of film, right? But mostly that's in the form of, you know, maybe some kisses and some awkward interactions. You don't have to worry about anything graphic in this one. But as you can see, this film is quite, you know, well-balanced in how it explores, you know, these budding adults, I guess you could call them, and, you know, the different aspects of humanity and everything. A few other observations: there is some atmosphere when the typhoon hits, because you have a lot of hard-blowing trees and rain, downpours and stuff like that. So that was kind of nice at times. And a fairly well-known actor from the classic era, Makoto Sato, has a small role in this, and he did some great collaborations with Kihachi Okamoto and Toshiro Mifune back in the day, specifically Fort Graveyard, which is a pretty great film. I almost I forgot he was in Typhoon Club, so when I rewatched this after years and he showed up, it was a nice little surprise. But he's only in the film for a few minutes. But that's a little bonus for you. So I would say that, sometimes I reference craftsmanship when talking about movies, and there's certainly a lot of craftsmanship in Typhoon Club, but it also has like a little bit of an unconventional vibe to it. It feels a little bit different, maybe in how the characters act. The culture and country of origin have a play in this as well, but it gives you kind of like the high quality film that you want, and it's kind of memorable in some aspects. Very nice introduction to Shinji Somai's filmography, and I definitely recommend it. Currently available on Region B Blu-ray from Third Window Films. And as always, I'll see you next time.